Okay, so we just did 2G. And we're now going to switch to 2H. Okay, let's take a look at 2H. So we have negative 9y in parentheses squared times 2y in parentheses cubed. Okay, so for those of you who watched the last video, this one's going to work just like F. Okay, so first I'm going to power of a product. I'm going to apply the exponent to both parts of the parenthetical. So negative 9 squared is 81 y squared. Okay. And then on the other side, same thing. I'm going to apply my exponent to both parts. 2 cubed is 8. Y to the third power is just y to the third power. And now I get to boom, apply the product rule just to my variable. Y squared times y to the third is y to the fifth. There it is. And then I get to treat the coefficients all on their own. 81 times 8. We can do that because we know 8 times 8 is 64. So 80 times 8 is 640. And then we just need one more 8. So it's actually 648 times y to the fifth. That's our answer to 2H. We'll just keep chugging along. 2I. Let's take a look at that one. Ooh, look at that. So the first thing I want you to notice is here they gave us this little pesky multiplication symbol using an X. Shouldn't be doing that. And here they didn't. Now, what I want you to understand is that this is actually exactly the same. Whenever you've got a parenthetical next to a parenthetical, it's implied that they're multiplying by each other. It's just a math standard. So you actually don't need this guy here or this guy here. And I is the same setup as H and F, okay? So, there we go. So 2I is negative, and then in parentheses, negative 3x squared times negative y to the fifth. Okay, so first we're going to apply our power of 2 to both parts of this. Negative 3 squared is 9. X squared is power of a power rule. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, and then we had this negative hanging out the front, so we get to apply that now. Negative 9x to the fourth. And then here we've got negative y to the fifth. And there you go, negative 9x to the fourth. Oh, multiplied by, the way I wrote it, would be minus negative 9x to the fourth multiplied by negative y to the fifth. And that's it. You don't do anything with the right part. 2I. Okay. 2J. And so I went through G last time, 7. So if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'll get through N. So we'll go to N. Okay, so 2J. So we're starting to get tougher. 2AB to the fourth, C to the third. And then, oh, I lied. I said they're tougher, but this isn't too tough. To the negative first. Okay. So first we're going to look in the no. It's to the third. I wrote negative first. It's just to the third. Okay, so first we're going to look inside our parenthetical and see if there's any like product rule, quotient rule, anything we can apply here. And there's not, because it's just all different variables. A, B, C, and then just a 2 is a coefficient. So there's nothing for us to do in the parenthetical. Now I want us to look up here and see that we have a negative exponent and a rational base, a fraction there. So we're going to flip it. We're going to get C cubed over 2AB to the fourth. And now this thing would all be to the first power. It would be in parentheses to the first. Okay, but we also know that anything to the first power is itself. So it should just be c cubed. I'm just trying to write it neater. Over 2ab to the fourth. And that's our answer for 2j. C cubed over 2ab to the fourth. Okay. K, 2k. We've got 2a to the 1/2 times 3a to the 2/3. All right, I wrote it a little messy, but whatever. Okay, so first we're going to see here that we've got product rule. A to the 1/2 times a to the 2/3. I'm just going to add those up. Okay, so 1/2 plus 2/3, you can convert it to sixths. It's 4/6 plus 3/6, or 7/6. So we have a to the 7/6. And then I'm gonna, so that's my a's. And then I'm going to just take my coefficients and multiply them. 2 times 3 is 6. So my answer here is 6 times a to the 7/6. That's it for 2k. Okay, 2l, bigger one. Okay, in parentheses, x cubed y squared times 3xy to the 5th squared over 9x to the 4th y to the 9th. Okay, so now they're starting to get bigger. Take some more steps, okay? So you just kind of look for your entry point. On the denominator, there's nothing to simplify, at least yet. And this first parenthetical over here, nothing to simplify yet. So we just go to this one here, where I can apply my exponent of 2 to everything inside of there, inside the parentheses, to the 3, to the x, and the y to the 5th. Okay, so 3 squared is 9. I'll just write this over here. Okay, 3 squared is 9. X squared is x squared. And then here, y to the 5th squared, I'm going to multiply them, and it's going to be y to the 10th. Okay, so now I can take my x and my y, and I can use product rule to combine them with the rest of the numerator. So I have an x cubed and an x squared. We're going to make that x to the 5th. So I have 9x to the 5th here. And then y squared and y to the 10th. That's just going to become y to the 12th. Oh, okay, so there we go. We've got 9x to the 5th, y to the 12th, over 9x to the 4th, y to the 9th. So I'm just going to take each part on its own. My 9s cancel out. 9 divided by 9 is 1. And since we're doing multiplication, 1 means nothing. So I have x to the 5th divided by x to the 4th. I'm going to use the quotient rule, 5 minus 4, and get x. Then I have y to the 12th. Oh, that's x to the 1st, by the way, but we just leave it as x. And then I have y to the 12th divided by y to the 9th, which is just y cubed. That's our most simplified version, xy cubed. So, and notice you're going to see that a lot, where you take a whole thing like this and it just becomes xy cubed. Okay. Now, m 7ax squared z to the 4th multiplied by 3xy to the 2nd cubed. Okay. So this is going to work exactly like the last problem. Oh, and it's divided by something. Divided by a squared zy. don't know why they flipped the order of Y and Z, but whatever. Okay, so first things first. So our entry point, can't simplify anything here, can't simplify anything here. Okay, so we're going to simplify the top right parentheses by applying first the 3 to the 3. So 3 cubed is 27. Then we're going to apply it to the x. X cubed is x cubed. And then we'll apply it to the y squared. Y squared cubed is y to the 6th, because that's 2 times 3. So I have 27x cubed y to the 6th. Now, I can take this whole thing and simplify it. First, I have 7 times 27. So that can be, well, that's going to be 7 times 25, which is 175, plus 14, or 2 more 7s. So 189. So we're going to have 189 as our coefficient. Now, there's an a there. There's no other a on the numerator. Okay, so we can't simplify it yet. Then there's an x squared. Well, we have an x cubed. So we know that x squared multiplied by x cubed is x to the 5th. I just add those exponents. And then I have a z to the 4th and a y to the 6th. Nothing I can do with them. Just going to move the y to the 6th over here to measure that. Now, it's divided by a squared zy. So I can only apply these to my a, my z, and my y. So a, there's no exponent, so it's like a to the 1st minus, so 1 minus 2 is -1. So it's like 189 a to the -1st. X, there's nothing I can do, x to the 5th. Oh, yep, and then z, I have z to the 4th over z. Remember, this is like z to the 1st. So 4 minus 1 is 3. That's 3, I promise. And then y to the 6th over y, 6 minus 1, or y to the 5th. So I have 189 multiplied by a to the -1st, x to the 5th, z to the 3rd, y to the 5th. And now the only thing I need to do is get rid of my negative exponent, which I do by moving a to the numerator, and I actually don't need the first. So it becomes, my answer is 189 multiplied by x to the 5th, z to the 3rd, y to the 5th, divided by a. Okay, and then the last one for the second to last video, n for g cubed h squared. Okay, this one's a step back to things we've already done. All we need to do is take the 2 and apply it all the way across. Okay, let's make sure I wrote it down right. Yep. Okay, so first I just do 4 squared, 16. Now, power of a power, I'm g to the 3rd times, or squared, so I'm going to add them, g to the 6th, and then, not add them, I'm going to multiply them. And then I have h, which is like h to the 1st squared, I'm going to multiply them, 2 times 1, get h squared. So it's just 16 g to the 6th, h squared. That's going to be the end of this video.